We now present Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump performing We Will Rock You.
Sing it. We will rock you.
Donald's a little flat on that. Watch it.
Okay.
We will. Turn Hillary's mic up just a little bit. We will. This is the coughing, sniffling version of the song.
Ricola.
That's Paul Stone on lead guitar, by the way. I tell you.
The Morning Show with Mr. G and Paul Stone. The talk of the Treasure Coast. 1590 WPSL.
Excuse me while I clear my throat.
Well, this has been an illuminating debate, but now it's time for our final...
Alicia Machado.
I'm sorry, what was that? Who is Alicia Machado?
Thank you for bringing that up, Lester. She is a strong, beautiful political prop that I almost forgot to mention tonight, even though we already made a web video about her. Alicia Machado was Miss Universe in 1996.
Where'd you find this?
And Donald Trump called her Miss Piggy.
No, how do you know this?
And Miss Housekeeping.
That's pretty funny.
Mr. Trump, your response.
Lester, why are we talking about this woman? We should be talking about the important issues like Rosie O'Donnell and how she's a fat loser. And everyone agrees with me, and I just wanted to bring that up in a presidential debate right at the end, my own volition. Good idea, I did it.
Secretary Clinton, why are you crying?
I'm sorry, Lester. This is going so well.
Thank you, Lester Holt at the debate, for reminding us what it's like to be a kid in the back of a car while your parents are arguing. Sorry, no, hold on. Can I? That's better. Thank you, Bobbing for Apples, for being the most festive way to waterboard yourself. I'll give you the code. Thank you, restaurants that automatically add an 18% gratuity. I was gonna leave you 20%, but that's what you get for being sneaky. Thank you, rakes, but I gotta be honest, you ain't nothing but a fancy hoe.
Indeed.
Good day to you, sir.
No days of oppression.
You're nothing but a fancy hoe. Thank you, candy corn, for finding a way to ruin both candy and corn. There you go, yeah.
I don't like candy corn. I never have liked that. That Halloween thing, you know.
It is that, for sure.
You like it?
I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I like most candy. I'm a candy guy.
You know what I like? I like the jelly beans, those not international, those all kinds of different popcorn flavor. And
They got some ugly ones there, though.
Well, there's ones that really taste
like
bad.
Mustard, for example.
Who wants a mustard jelly bean?
know.
But they got some really cool, some nice flavors in those jelly beans. You just got to pick the ones you like, I guess.
Yeah, next to my easy chair, I've got about 10 little plastic jars full of candy.
Right there, so when you're watching TV and everything?
Yeah, a bit of honey, mints.
Some left over from last year's Halloween.
Bubble gum, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So now, you don't have one of those Frazier's dad easy chairs with the duct tape all over the
Not yet. No.
But it's your favorite chair.
It is.
Why?
It is.
You
Well,
feel
it's
comfortable in it?
It's right in front of the TV,
Right.
just at the right position. I can lean back, you get into the
Like
sleep.
one of those lazy boy things?
Yeah, sleep position, you know. I think it's a Natuzzi, I think.
Okay.
Natuzzi.
No, Natuzzi.
It's nice. It's a little leather, you know.
Yeah, you pull the thing, the lever, and
Oh,
it just
yeah.
goes back
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. How many times have you fallen asleep in that chair, Paul?
Many
I mean,
times.
I know,
But
you just don't want to get up.
My wife says, go to bed. Why are you sleeping out here? Because I want to sleep out here.
Well, yeah, because this is a nap. I'm not trying to, take this to the next
Exactly,
level. It's one of
exactly
those
right.
fall asleep watching something like
Amen,
golf
brother.
or something.
Like tonight I'll be in it watching the Vikings, but I won't be in the sleep position. I'll be way up.
So now you never record football, do you? You just watch it
Oh
right
no!
out.
You tell you what I like to record the first hour, and get to it. So I didn't watch any commercials. But the problem is, my son calls me and says, "Did you see that?"
I know
Oh,
that. Well, I was doing that back and forth with Bama, texting, and he didn't know that the Patriots were losing 13-0, and I said, "Wow, man, can you believe this? 13-0," and that's all I said.
Sure.
And he goes, "I'm on my way home. I'll check it out when I get there." I said, "Oh, Patriots are down."
I tell you, I think it's the Red Zone. I think it is. It covers every game. You know,
all you see are the touchdowns.
Oh, it's.
You love that, huh?
Oh, I do.
One right after another.
Yeah, you never miss a thing. Not a
See, now
thing.
you've got the football ticket, the NFL ticket, what they call that?
They gave it to me this year.
Yeah, see that?
DirecTV said, "Hey, you've been a good guy. It's 19."
Now watch out, man. Don't let it sneak up on you
No,
next
no,
year
no.
because it'll automatically renew and you'll be paying.
I've already canceled the basketball one. They billed me for it. And I said, no, I'm not watching it this year.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll take it off then.
Yeah, and they're good about that.
They are.
And they're good about giving you free stuff at DirecTV,
They are.
too, because
They do.
I canceled a bunch of stuff, and that's how I ended up getting Showtime free for 4 months, and now I pay for it because I got hooked on it free.
Well, they will deal. There's no folks. I mean, if
they
you got
know what they're
DirecTV,
doing.
You call and say, "I got to have more." They'll give you more.
Oh, and don't get retention. Don't let them put you through to retention. All their job is to keep you as a customer.
That's right.
And they do what it takes to keep you as a customer.
They will do that.
I
for
love
sure.
that retention department. Hey, you know, dude, I don't know if you saw this. I didn't see the audio and the video, but I want to. President Obama and Bill Clinton both went to the funeral of Israel's former prime minister on Friday. Then Bill got to hitch a ride home on Air Force One, but took his sweet time on the tarmac. So Obama said, "Dude, come on."
I'm the president now.
I mean, he told him to hurry up, and it went platinum on the internet. I got to see the video of this. But Paul, some random facts for you Monday. Coke, Pepsi. Which are you? Does it matter?
I switch off and on. Right now, I got Pepsi in the refrigerator. I'll go to Coke once in a while.
What's the difference?
One's a little sweeter.
Which one?
Pepsi Cola.
Now, if I did the taste test, put one in a glass and the other one in a glass, would you know which one?
I think I have a pretty
I
good-
couldn't tell you.
Well,
I know 7-Up and Sprite, but I can't do the Coke and Pepsi thing.
I think
How
I
about
could.
RC and what is it? Winn-Dixie's brand and
Oh,
Publix
yeah.
brand.
My wife drinks all that diet stuff. I can't do diet stuff.
That
Oh,
aftertaste,
the
man.
is
I can't
nasty.
stand it. Coke outsells Pepsi in most places. I think maybe because you think of Coke more than you do Pepsi.
Well,
I mean, the in-your-face type of marketing.
Well, Coke is the #1 trademark in the world.
Okay.
#1, yep. And Budweiser's close.
Coke outsells Pepsi in most places except West Virginia, North Dakota, Utah, Buffalo, New York, where Pepsi and Buffalo, New York, where Pepsi is more popular. You're not going to like this because you just mentioned you got that candy next to your easy chair. The average candy bar contains 8 insect parts.
What's a little protein?
So when someone has an allergic reaction to chocolate, they're probably reacting to the cockroach parts that are inside of it, Paul. Just saying.
I know. Good morning, folks. It's 8:19, 77 degrees. That's down 3 degrees in the last couple hours here. Interesting. It's time for news from 1590 WPSL, the talk of the Treasure Coast, along with our news partners at CBS News Channel 12 and the Florida News Network. Well, forecast models continue to show Hurricane Matthew heading towards the eastern Bahamas. As of 5 a.m. update, Matthew was a Category 4 storm with maximum sustained winds of 130 miles an hour, moving slowly north towards Jamaica and Haiti. Matthew could be a catastrophic event for the two islands, especially Haiti, which could receive 15 to 20 inches of rain and upwards of 40 inches in some areas. The storm will pass near Jamaica and Haiti tonight, then over the eastern tip of Cuba tomorrow and be in the Bahamas by the middle of the end of the week. And for Florida?
For the U.S., and specifically at least Florida for the time being, it's just a little too soon to say. We don't want to talk specifics about Florida yet. It's just too uncertain. So the main message we have for residents...
They say nothing is going to bring back Tricia Todd, but they think that with at least 35 years in prison, her ex-husband...
Let's stop that, G. We'll start from the beginning here. Tricia Todd recently confessed to murder, was sentenced to Friday to 35 years in prison. Stephen Williams confessed to murdering his ex-wife, dismembering her body with a hatchet, and trying to get rid of the body and the evidence with acid. And while giving the sentence to the judge, said there's no sentence that would be equal to justice in this case. But CBS 12's Jenna Eschbach spoke with the Todd family, who said that 35 years in justice is enough.
Say nothing is going to bring back Trisha Todd, but they think that with at least 35 years in prison, her ex-husband going there, the family was able to bury Trisha's remains in exchange and find her body. Now, without the deal, detectives would never have been able to make the charges stick. They told CBS 12 they knew Stephen Williams was the killer, but they had no evidence. Now, with the plea deal, Williams gave them where he left her body and escaped the death penalty. It was a move many criticized, but with the deal, that's when detectives found her remains in a remote field, chopped up with a chainsaw, and buried in acid to dissolve the evidence.
We did the best we could to find some measure of justice in this case. There's no putting the pieces back together in this case. There's no way to put it all back right. And the system has worked, and we have collectively done the best we could.
The crime scene is the most gruesome he's seen, the sheriff said in his 40 years of law enforcement. The Trisha Todd's family finally buried her in the National Military Cemetery in Lake Worth this past week. They say they'll continue to pray for Stephen Williams while he's in prison so he can find peace. The couple's daughter, Faith, is being raised by Trisha's brother, and while Williams sat stone-faced here in court, Trisha's brother told him he forgives Stephen Williams and actually is praying for him in his many years now that he'll spend behind bars. Jenna Eschbach, CBS 12 News.
The legislature calls it quits this year. The lawmakers congratulated themselves on passing major reforms in the state water policy. Well, then came the green slime from Lake Okeechobee, raw sewage from Tampa Bay, and 250 million gallons of radioactive wastewater at a phosphate pit in Polk County. State Senator Jack Latvala, a Republican from Clearwater, says his fellow Republicans who run the state government will have to get serious about water pollution.
Maybe not as sexy as talking about tax cuts, but it's just a fundamental responsibility of government to protect citizens and their water supply.
Latvala takes over as chairman of the Budget Committee in the state Senate next November, so he'll have a lot to say about how much Florida spends on cleanup of the water. Hillary Clinton was in Fort Pierce on Friday in her campaign stop at the Sunrise Theater. Clinton mocked Donald Trump's slogan about making America great again, arguing that America is already great.
He stood on that stage at his convention and described a hopeless, broken nation. I'm sorry, I'm looking at you. I don't see that.
Clinton then noted that there's not much time left in the presidential campaign.
This is the choice. Do we lift each other up or do we tear each other down? Do we listen and respect each other? Or do we scapegoat, point fingers, and insult each other?
Meantime, Clinton made a pitch for a new public service initiative. She said the spirit of volunteerism is strong in America and should be promoted by the government. Florida is living up to its reputation as a key battleground state ahead of November's presidential election. According to 538.com, Florida is the most likely state to tip the election in favor of either Clinton or Trump. An average of polls by 538 gives Clinton a 1-point lead in the Sunshine State and a 56% chance of winning the state in November. A drug house in Port St. Lucie has been shut down. An undercover detective twice bought drugs at the house, which led to a search warrant at the home at Avalon Road. During the search of the home, detectives seized marijuana, cocaine, and drug paraphernalia. Let's check your traffic now with the Florida Highway Patrol website. The latest accident is a vehicle crash, Emerson Road, 2 miles north of Indrio, in front of Park, Hibiscus, and Fort Pierce. This has been your traffic update. If you see something, say something. Give us a call here at 340-1590.
Paul, were you a big Dynasty fan back in the day?
No.
Okay, well, it's coming back to the CW. We've got a story, and we'll share it with you when we come back. Stay with us.
And those are the national stories making news this hour. Let's have a look now at the precious metals market. Gold is at $18.30. That's flat from last week. Silver is down 0.39% at $19.20. The precious metals market has been brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins, trading in gold and silver bullion and all U.S. coins since 1994.
That's it.
If you see something, your world.
Wait a minute, hang on. Oh, wait a minute, that was it. You like that, Paul?
Is it my turn yet?
Yeah, it's your turn now. And now, sports with Paul Stone.
Thank you there, G. Well, perhaps not the best team ever assembled, but the Americans were every bit of a team finally winning back the Ryder Cup. Phil Mickelson led the American behind closed doors. Patrick Reed powered them with his passion on the golf course, and Ryan Moore, who a week ago wasn't even on the team, didn't even have clothes. Well, he delivered the cup-clinching point Sunday at Hazeltine National Golf Club in Chaska, Minnesota. Moore finished eagle, birdie, par for a one-up victory over Lee Westwood, and the celebration was on, along with the champagne spraying everybody. The U.S. beat Europe 17-11, picking up his first victory since 2008, and only the third in 20 years. Now, last night, a lot of NFL scores. We'll just cover the important ones. Steelers won 41-14 over the Chiefs, and Paxton Lynch in the second half placed the injured Trevor Siemian, a stout defensive, and overcoming 86-minute weather delay to rout Tampa Bay 27-7. Oh, by the way, the Dolphins still lost. Okay, moving right along. Yeah, the game was delayed. Was stopped at 4:54, came back on at 6:52. It didn't matter. They still lost.
But can you imagine them emptying that stadium? Everybody had to leave the bleachers and go behind. Come on, that's a pain.
You wonder how many of them came back. I'm curious.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, at the Major League Baseball playoffs, American League on Tuesday will start it off, and on the National League will begin on Wednesday. Then Thursday, the real NFL division games begin. Oh, yeah, the Marlins lost their last game yesterday, 7-1, to end their 162-game season, 79-82, less than 500, G. Okay, important stuff now, high school sports.
There you go.
You bet. Lightning delays couldn't stop a fantastic night of high school football on the Treasure Coast. Despite starting nearly 2 hours late, thousands of fans packed the stands at Martin County High School to watch Martin Bowl 33. South Fork looked good, chewing up chunks of yards and going on long drives to keep the potent Martin County offense on the sidelines. But after a 22-play drive from South Fork ate up 9 minutes of game clock and tied the game at 7 in the first quarter, it took Martin County just 4 plays to retake that lead.
Kirkendall is going to pitch it out to Harris, who's got to make one-man meet. Oh, he juked him out of his shoes. Now he's coming down the other way. There's a helmet on the field. Harris is still running at the 30, the 20. Another big juke from Harris, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. What running from Harris. He made 3 amazing cutbacks. Put that on the highlight reel and send it to ESPN, because that's one of the best runs you'll see all year long.
Yeah, Roderick Harris on a 32-yard run in the first quarter to make it 14-7 Martin County. They would lead 24-7 at half, but South Fork rallied back to make it a 3-point ball game. That's when Tiger quarterback Austin Kirkendall turned to his star receiver and did this.
Austin Kirkendall likes to throw to that right side. He's going to look left, though, here on first down. He's throwing towards the end zone. Nuka Martin with a big grab, coming back to the football, breaks the tackle, and he's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown.
And Mike on the call there, our good friend, our friendly host down there at WSTU in Stewart.
Baby. Good job, Mike.
Nuka Martin with the game-winning TD grab, and the Tigers beat the Bulldogs 31-21. In other games, Treasure Coast upset Central for the second year in a row. That game went to triple overtime, where Sean Birchfield scored his 5th TD of the night to lead Treasure Coast to a 38-31 win. A late defensive TD pushed Sebastian River past Jensen Beach 7-zip. Vero Beach blanked Centennial 35-0, and Port St. Lucie lost on the road to Suncoast 22-6. Let's see here, G. What else we got here to talk about today? That's pretty much it, G. You got all the sports right now that matter.
Right on, man. We appreciate that. 8:42. You're hearing the morning show with G and Paul, 1590 WPSL, and we'll be back. Oh, there's that Pee Wee Herman song.
We're glad that you all could join us for music and laughs and fun. We'll wake you and entertain you. Yeah, we're gonna get it done. Get up and get dressed. Go have your breakfast.
Begs and aching.
We'll make it love.
Paul doesn't like grits.
Morning that you ever had. Good morning.
Wah, wah, ba, 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 ba,
The
ba.
morning show with Mr. G and Paul Stone.
Okay, now Paul didn't watch this show. He you did a little bit of the Dallas thing.
A little bit, yeah.
But Dynasty, Blake Carrington was the dude, man. Dynasty is coming back, another 80s show, getting a modernized reboot. The CW developing a new version of Dynasty. That'll be a continuation of the original series, which ran from, 1981 to 1989 on ABC. I guess the new show will be about younger members of the two families, the Carringtons and the Colbys. I didn't get inside the Colby show. Not that much.
Well, you wonder if they can resurrect the old gang who used to watch it. That's the question.
I don't know, man. It specifically mentions Falcon Carrington as being a main character. She was initially played by Pamela Sue Martin on the original before Emma Samms took over the role in season 5. I guess Linda Evans, her character as Crystal, which she was. Then, do you remember her from the Big Valley?
Yeah, the blonde?
Yeah, she was very pretty. Her character Crystal was also mentioned, but she's going through a ethnicity change.
Oh, really?
I guess instead of a blonde white woman, she'll be Hispanic to give the new show a more diverse feel.
They couldn't find any Hispanics.
I guess
to play
not.
the gang?
What is that all
Remember during the Indian movies, they always had white guys playing Indians? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Wasn't Tonto a white dude?
I think he was
Jay
Silverheels.
Oh, he was
Jay Silverheels.
Yeah, the name there. Okay. It's too early to say if any of the show's original stars will be back in small roles like what TNT did with Dallas when they rebooted that bad boy. But I guess John Forsythe played Blake Carrington on the original series, but he passed away in 2010. I didn't know he was dead. John Forsythe. What does he make room for daddy? No.
He's a good-looking guy. Yeah,
He was in a lot of stuff
yeah.
earlier. Linda Evans is 73 now.
Oh.
Joan Collins is 83. And other former cast members include Heather Locklear. Remember her? She was a cute thing, too. Michael Nader and Diane Carroll. Diane Carroll. I haven't heard that name in years. Plus Rock Hudson, who died in 85. And Kate O'Mara, who died 2 years ago.
Tell me, G, why they never bring back Cowboy half hours? You know, I mean, Gunsmoke.
Now, which one would you want?
Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke. With Festus in them?
Yeah,
and
good.
Doc. No. Who was the main
Miss
guy?
Kitty?
Miss Kitty. And I saw a reboot, not a reboot, but a movie, a Gunsmoke movie with James Arnaz and Miss Kitty and them.
Well, it was a great movie years ago, getting a little bit off topic, but James Arnaz was in it. It was The Thing. The Thing.
Wasn't that a scary movie?
It was redone by Kurt Russell, but the first one was with James Arnaz played the monster. He's a big dude. Yeah.
I wonder if that's where they got the idea for The Thing on Adam. Was that Addams Family or was that the Munsters? I think the Addams Family had The Thing with the hair and all that stuff. We've got a call. Good morning. You're on the radio. Hey there.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, what's up? He called us
gotta
gentlemen.
tell you, John Derek was the man.
Oh,
who is John Derek?
Oh, he's a good-looking guy.
John Derek. Oh man.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, good-looking.
He was married to Linda Evans, the girl you just mentioned. Played Audra in The Big Valley.
Right.
At one time, he was married to, I think, Raquel Welch.
Yeah, he was a good-looking guy. He was everything.
And also, he ended up marrying, I think for the last one anyway, was Bo Derek.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hubba.
He had a list. He had
I know, man, oh man.
This dude had it going on.
Yeah.
John Derek.
And John Forsythe, he was a bachelor father.
Bachelor
so long ago.
father, yeah.
Yeah, man, yeah.
You know who another cool guy? I like Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, I like.
What was that show he was on when he was a detective?
Oh man, yeah. Not hard. I'm thinking heart to heart.
But you know that was good too. Who started Heart to Heart?
Heart to Heart.
What was that dude's name?
The guy's name.
That was Wagner.
Yes. What you call him, Wagner?
Robert Wagner, and yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
You know when you can't
Anyway,
think of a name,
that's
what you
all I
call him?
wanted to throw at you.
Hey, you got it.
Well, thank
Thanks
you, man. We
for
appreciate
updating
that.
us. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, wait. Let me ask you before you go. Oh, he's gone. I'm slow. Yeah. What you call him, Wagner? He was the.
Yeah. By the way, you knew who his wife was.
What you call him, Wagner? Oh, that was. They say
Natalie
he killed
Wood,
her, didn't
Natalie
they?
Wood. Well,
isn't there something about he
fell off the boat?
He had something to do with that, and all this. It's still a mystery.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, she was pretty
She was
too.
great. She was.
Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe he's calling back. Let's see here.
Yeah, because he heard me. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, G, it's Charles.
Hey, Charles. What's going on, man?
Nothing. I wanted to answer that question. Remington Steele.
Remington Steele. That was a cool show.
Yeah, you know, anytime you guys want to know about a movie or something, I'll be more than happy to oblige.
Very nice.
Did you guys see Magnificent Seven?
I did.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, before you speak on it, Charles, my co-host Paul saw it and he couldn't stand it.
You know,
Well, you know what? See, some people go to the movies expecting something, all right? If you go there and say it's a Western, check it out, it's watchable. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was good. And the Saturday night on PBTV, they had the original Magnificent
Oh, really?
Seven.
Oh, yeah.
With Yul Brynner and all that. Anyway, but it was like I said, it was a good movie. It was watchable. You know, I never known Denzel Washington to be in a bad movie.
No, that's why I went to see it. Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So you know, like I said, it was good. It wasn't great.
Well,
But,
my favorite remake of a Western, making it modern, was Tombstone. Didn't get no better than that.
Yeah,
and it was two of them, wasn't there? Like one with Kurt Russell, one with Kevin Costner.
That's the one. The one with Kurt Russell was the one I like with Val Kilmer. I'm your
yeah,
Huckleberry.
yeah. And the funny thing was, I thought Val Kilmer. I thought the Kurt Russell Tombstone was better.
I do too.
but I liked Dennis Quaid's Doc Watson better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Since you're talking about movies, you sound like you are the man to talk to. You remember the movie The Thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Which one? There's two of them,
The first one, James Honest.
That's right.
Now, he was, what's his name's brother from Mission Impossible?
Yes,
Yeah.
and both from Minnesota.
Well, what's his name? One from Mission Impossible?
Oh, man, I can't think of his name.
Peter Graves.
Peter Graves.
Yes.
That's right.
But, what was I going to say? But my main knowledge is in more like the 1930s and 40s movies.
Really?
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, those are my favorites.
Well, we have a source now, G.
Don't sit under the apple tree.
Well, sometimes you get that guy on from California.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he knows his stuff, but sometimes I disagree with him. But
Well, that's what reviewers,
with
that's
Dan
what movie
Hudak?
critics do. Movie critics, that's their own take on things.
Hey, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
There was a talk show on, I forgot the local station that the Love Doctor was on, and they were on in the morning, and they were good. They were funny. They were good. They used to have a movie guy come on named Mr. Skin.
Mm-hmm.
I swear that's the same guy. The voice is almost
No,
exact.
it's not him. It's not him. I know who you're talking about, Mr.
you
Skin.
do?
Yeah, but that's not our guy's Dan Hudak. Two different dudes.
Isn't Dan from Miami?
It sounds like him.
But see, now, just so you know, Dan is broadcasting from Miami. We say our guy on Hollywood because he talks about the Hollywood films and everything. But he's right here in Miami. He's in Florida.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Like I said, Magnificent Seven was good. If you want to see a Western, it was good. I could easily pick out a couple of flaws, but overall, it was
a couple, huh?
Well, I thought the Indian. See, I'm studying a lot of Indian history now. And the guy who played the Indian,
yeah,
he was supposed to be part Comanche. He looked nothing like a Comanche.
I know. Hey, more like
I
Apache.
am being picky,
Well, I guess there was a shortage of that type in Hollywood at
guess.
the time, you see.
Hey, good talking to you guys.
Thanks a lot, man. That's Charles. He's our
Charles
movie
got it,
buff.
man. He
He
got it
knows all
together.
that stuff. And music, too. In the 30s and like the 30s and 40s, knows that stuff.
Where'd Charles work?
I don't know where he works, but he's a good listener
He's
of
good,
ours. And we
very
like
good.
him.
No,
Thank you,
he's
Charles.
got a
We
lot of
appreciate
input
you, man.
for sure.
8:53, The Morning Show. Gee.
Good morning. It's 8:55, 79 degrees. Time for the final newscast of the morning show. Joining us are new partners, CBS News Channel 12 and the Florida News Network. Well, forecast models continue to show Hurricane Matthew heading towards the eastern Bahamas. As of the 5 a.m. update, Matthew was a Category 4 storm with maximum sustained winds of 130 miles an hour and moving slowly north towards Jamaica and Haiti. Matthew could be a catastrophic event for the two islands, especially Haiti, which could receive 15 to 20 inches of rain and upwards of 40 inches in some areas. The storm will pass near Jamaica and Haiti tonight and over the eastern tip of Cuba by tomorrow, and in the Bahamas by the middle of the week. What about Florida?
For the U.S., and specifically at least Florida for the time being, it's just a little too soon to say. We don't want to talk specifics about Florida yet. It's just too uncertain. So the main message we have for residents in Florida is just to closely monitor Matthew, and we should have more information and more confidence in the predictions there during the next couple of days.
When the legislature calls it quits this year, lawmakers congratulated themselves on passing major reforms in the state water policy. Well, then came the green slime from Lake Okeechobee, raw sewage in Tampa Bay, and 250 million gallons of radioactive wastewater at a phosphate pit in Polk County. State Senator Jack Lavilla, a Republican from Clearwater, says the fellow Republicans who run the state government will have to get serious about water pollution.
Maybe not as sexy as talking about tax cuts, but it's just a fundamental responsibility of government to protect citizens and their water supply.
Latvala will take over as chairman of the Budget Committee in the state Senate in November, so he'll have a lot to say about how much money Florida spends on cleaning up its water. A drug house in Port St. Lucie has been shut down. An undercover detective twice spotted drugs at the house, which led to a search warrant at the home of Avalon Road. During the search of the home, detectives seized marijuana, cocaine, and drug paraphernalia. Well, Subaru is going to recall 600,000 vehicles because their windshield wiper can overheat, creating a fire risk. More from CBS News correspondent Marley Hall in New York.
The recall affects some legacy and Outback cars from the 2010 to 2014 model years. The company says it's unclear whether the problem has caused any fires or injuries.
And those are the stories making news this hour. Your traffic. Looking at the latest traffic right now from the Florida Highway Patrol site, Emerson Road, accident there. That's north of Indrio in front of Park and Hibiscus in Fort Pierce. This has been your traffic and news update. If you see something, please say something. Give us a call, 340-1590. And 65 years ago, Bobby Thompson of New York Giants hit the shot heard around the world, the 3-run homer, the bottom of the ninth in the final game of a 3-game playoff against the Brooklyn Dodgers. And yeah, Gene, going back musically, you know that fakey group Milli Vanilli?
Oh man, didn't they win a Grammy?
They won a Grammy, and they won 6-time platinum in January of 1990.
That's gonna do it for us, Paul.
You have a good day, G.
For WPSL Port St. Lucie, your CBS News is next, followed by Cliff and Swap Shop. You have a great day.